Hey guys, this is probably the one and only video you will ever see of me without any hair gel on, so enjoy it while it lasts. Anyway, um, so what I want to talk to you about today is firearms and their use in hunting. I know it's not an alien crawling up my shirt, it's my hand because I'm in so much pain because itching sucks. Anyway, okay, so a lot of hunters use firearms. Shotguns in particular are my personal favorite, and that's not just because they're awesome and everything. It's because they have a wide variety of ammunition types. So, for example, you could put silver particulate matter into a shotgun shell and then fire it at, a monster of some type, and it would do a lot of damage. Um, Especially, for example, if you use like a silver slug or silver buckshot, fire at the heart of a Wendigo, and then use Dragon's Fire, which is basically napalm in a shotgun, you could ignite the sucker up, and they're not moving much after that. Um, but there's other kinds of firearms you can use as well. Be sure to use them appropriately. Um, Firearms can be very dangerous, obviously, so don't be stupid. Um, there's lots of different kinds of firearms out there. Um, Now, most of the time, a hunter isn't going to carry around like a Glock with normal bullets inside of it, because let's face it, normal bullets don't do all that much against the supernatural. But um, what a hunter can use is things like silver bullets or iron bullets, lots of stuff. As you've probably already seen before, rock salt rounds can be used. Um, like I said, blessed salt works the best, and it's because of the fact that iron is a dimensional dissipator. Um, Basically, yeah, just be safe. But there's lots of different kinds of ammunition out there, and lots of different kinds you can use. And I can tell you which ones you should use the most when hunting certain things. So for hunting spirits, purely disembodied spirits, something that's inside of someone or not like a monster or anything, I would say just to stick to the rock salt rounds, because you're not going to need the iron to penetrate anything, and rock salt, it kind of just covers all bases. Even with a lot of monsters, like werewolves, if you hit them with rock salt, their hide burns off. Like it's a good thing to have. So if you're hunting anything disembodied, including demons, except angels, of course, and also I would say for Fae, use iron rounds. I'll get to that in a sec. But anything disembodied spirit, aside from angels and Fae, and occasional other things, I would say stick to the salt rounds. Okay, so ghosts, um, parasites that haven't taken effect yet, that kind of stuff. Demons use salt rounds. For the Fae, definitely use iron rounds because iron really packs a punch against them, whereas salt doesn't do as much. Salt barriers still work, but salt rounds, you want to use iron against the Fae, especially against changelings and trolls. Um, there is also, if you're hunting disembodied spirits or things that particularly hate daylight, there is flashbang shells you can use in a shotgun that will scare away anything um, that has any darkness to it. They're really loud and they're really bright though, so be careful when you use them. Now, when you're fighting a monster like a Wendigo or a werewolf or anything like that, what you want to do is get yourself some silver rounds because silver is an etheric conductor, so it can pierce the etheric shell of a monster and still do damage to the body that is um, now become a monster. And that's generally the way it should go. For your disembodied spirits, you want to use salt rounds. For Fae, you want to use iron, and for iron works as well on you know disembodied spirits. It's just that iron rounds are not that easy to come by, so you want to save them for when you really need them. So use them on the Fae. And yeah, that's That's really it. And then yeah, silver rounds for monsters. Um, you don't want to be too um, frugal with your ammunition types because what may work on one thing may not work on another. So like assault round on like a Wendigo is not going to do crap, but you know. And also know what you're fighting. If you need a specialty type of round, you can buy them. You can do all kinds of things. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. For those of you who like handguns, I would say to invest in some rat shot for when you got, you know, well, like if you're fighting a ghost or whatever, you can put salt inside of rat shot, like a 22 rat shot, and do some damage. It's a great thing to have. Oh, also, um, now vampires, devourers, okay, they get hurt by silver kind of. The best way to deal with them is to pump them full of salt so that they get hurt and then decapitate. Life as a hunter is lots of fun. But um, yeah, I also know if things work like that. But then what that was getting to though was wood shot. Um, wood, generally speaking, as a propellant is not that great, but what it works really well on is hellhounds, and not just because it's wood, because if you take wood and then soak it in hyssop oil, hellhounds hate it, so do demons, but hellhounds will literally never come near you again if you shoot them with hyssop rounds. So keep that in mind. But yeah, have a large weapon variety or shell variety with you whenever you're using a shotgun, or whenever even at your lair. Have every kind of weapon that you need, every single type of shot. Even get those awesome confetti shells because let's face it, there's nothing cooler than shooting confetti out of a shotgun. um, yeah, and then if you're using a handgun, have lots of handgun types. If you're gonna have a handgun, stick with silver and iron bullets. Lead doesn't do too much against the supernatural. Sorry. Um, but yeah, if for those of you who like rifles out there, rifles are kind of too bulky to use in any general hunting situation. I can see them being used against Wendigo, maybe, but only to slow them down by shooting silver into the heart. Um, which, yeah, the only way you can really take down a Wendigo is silver to the heart because it messes with them to the point of where they're just in dire pain and they can't move, and then incinerate them. Like I said, lots of fun. But yeah. So yeah, shotguns, handguns. For those of you out there who like handguns, you have your revolver type or you have your clip. Um, with the revolvers, I like revolvers a lot because not only can you play awesome games of Russian roulette, but you can switch up your ammo pretty easily, and that's why I like revolvers a little bit better than the kind of guns that would have a clip. But do whatever you feel comfortable with. Um, yeah, that's basically it. Um, I'm designing my own shotgun right now. That is, I'm calling it the the Mjolnir cannon. Mjolnir is this thing. It's Thor's hammer. It's pretty awesome. It's like a clockwork shotgun. It's pretty sick. I'm a hobbyist by secondary profession. So, alright guys, if you have any comments, questions, all that other jazz, leave them you know where. Not up your ass in the comments bar. Okay? And yeah, love all of you. Happy hunting. Have a good night.